Hi everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight, the Pittston Memorial Library is going to be making some CD art. So y'all know that I really love the upcycled kind of project, so this one is totally my game, but it's a great one for a lot of us who have a lot of CDs and stuff like that laying around, or old DVDs. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown of supplies, but before we get started, I just wanna add that we do have some supplies available at the library. We're gonna include a link with this video for a registration form, so if this is something that you're interested in doing, by all means, put your name in the registration and we'll get in touch with you about how to pick up your stuff. We just wanna kind of have an idea on how much to prepare for. So on that note, the supplies. So like I said, this one's a really easy one for all of us who have a lot of CDs and stuff laying around the house. Precursor to add though, if y'all do decide to venture into this craft on your own, ask your parents' permission before you go diving into their Blink-182 CDs and all that stuff. We might be millennials and Gen Zers, but we have an attachment to our old way of doing things. We know it's digital, but you know, let us have our memories, okay? So in any case, let me show you what I've done here. So these are actually old DVDs that we no longer use at the library. So what I've done is I've lightly painted over with a coat of black acrylic paint. In a lot of our other videos, you have seen me use this brand of paint. It's pretty inexpensive, you can get it in the store. But what you're gonna do is you're just going to brush a layer over the top. If you were with us a few summers ago when we did scratch art musical notes, it's kind of like a similar sort of thing. You're gonna use just a regular paintbrush. I found this to work better than a sponge brush, and just do a layer over it. It takes a few hours to dry, but once it's good and ready there, you can get right into doing your design. You're also going to need a pencil if you want to sketch out your design beforehand. I know some of us just like to get right into it. Others, you know, we have a process. So the pencil is really good if you want to do a stencil design or even just a freehand kind of thing, so you know what you're doing. You're also going to need something to scratch into the CDs. So what I found to be really great and to work the best, if anybody has a bunch of little tiny screwdrivers, you know, the kind for those tiny projects that you have around your house, your mom and dad might have them hanging out in the drawers. Ask them before you take them, of course, but they work really well to get those intricate designs going. So that tool I found to work the best. If you only have, you know, something bigger, it does work. It's just a little clunkier to handle. So that's why I'm recommending those smaller ones. Okay, so then you're gonna take your CD. I'm not gonna do a super intricate design for y'all today. I don't know about you, but I cannot do art under pressure. So because you don't wanna see me draw all night, we're just gonna keep it as simple as we can. Okay, so as you can see here, we have our CD all prepped and ready to go. I'm just going to, like I said, lightly design something into, so you can actually see the paint is as such that there's actually a little bit of resistance on the paint here. But anyway, if you're not too sure what kind of design it is that you'd like to make, please do a quick Google search. There's a lot of really great ideas out on there. And when I was looking for ideas myself, I did notice too that a lot of people used these CDs as almost like a blank canvas. So if you guys are really, really into art and want to do something really intricate, there are some wonderful ideas out there to kind of just give you an idea on what you can do to get started. But I'm going to go, I think, with some simple lines and shapes just to give you an idea on how this works. So I'm going to do like a little bit of a zigzag all around here. And then, I don't know, we might play it by ear and just see what happens. I'm the kind of person who likes to kind of think out how I'm going to do things before I dive right into them. So normally, if it were me, I think I might spend a little bit more time thinking about what kind of design I want to do. But if you have the luxury of choosing what kind of screwdriver that you do want to use for your art here, if you use different types of, you know, flatheads and sizes and stuff, that's definitely going to be a help to you. So you're going to kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just following the line. And I mean, some of you might even be asking, like, what am I supposed to do with this when I'm done with it, Noelle? Well, I'll tell you. I personally really enjoy an accent piece when I'm doing any kind of art for my room or, you know, things like that. So what you can actually do is you can make a few of these and kind of do a really cool design down your wall and just kind of have a really unique piece of art. It looks a little bit retro, but, you know, bringing your own kind of flavor into it. So if you can kind of see what I'm doing here, this paint is coming up relatively easy. You do have to work at it. I'm not going to say that you don't. It's not going to be perfect lines. So this is not necessarily a project that's going to be boom, bam, done. But I think that if you keep at it here, you can come up with something really cool. So I'm going to turn off the camera for a second and let's see what I can get done with our piece here. Okay, and we're back. So this is what I ended up creating here. As you can see, I did a couple different kinds of designs just so you guys could get the idea. Like these are, you know, little stars and squiggles and things. And I did use a variety of sizes of screwdrivers, but you can, of course, use what you have. But I used a flathead, and I also did this one, which has got a little bit more of a point on them. And it did help get some of those designs in here. So that's one I did. This one I did a little earlier. And just so you kind of get the idea, you could kind of line these up here just like I have here, and you could put them on your wall with a little bit of painter's tape, and maybe when the sun comes in, you'll kind of catch some of the glow there, see like from the CDs, and kind of get like a little rainbow effect. Or maybe you want to make sort of like a drape down thing from a light or something like that with a piece of fishing wire. But I think they turned out kind of neat, and I think that you guys could have a lot of fun with this and create some really interesting designs. So that is our craft. If you're interested in doing this for yourself, please sign up in the Google Forms. We could get you some of your own CDs. You're just going to have to supply your pencil and your scratching materials. But if you do come up with something cool, we'd love to see it. We'd love to see when you guys do the artwork. So if you do take us up on this craft, please let us know what you created. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us, everyone.